Today we're going to do something a little different, something that we haven't done a lot of. I think maybe one or two other instances, fire pit and something else I don't remember. Check out the channel for that. The kind folks at Haloview were nice enough to send us this backup camera system. So today I'm going to unbox it, do a temporary installation because I already have a hardwired camera system in our coach, and I don't want to splice into that and create any problems that I can't get out of. Our Voyager system, it's an old system, black and white. It's got a cathode ray tube monitor, you know, pretty low quality black and white cameras. So this system I think would be an awesome upgrade. However, it is wireless, and I don't want to put a wireless system in our rig, but for those who have like fifth wheels and things like that, this would be an awesome addition to your rig. So without further ado, let's do an unboxing and a temporary install and review of the system. So Halo sent me the 7-inch 720p wireless monitor camera system, and claim to fame is that it has 984 feet of range, which is awesome. This is a 2.4 gigahertz system, so you get a longer range with that frequency. It's got a panel resolution of 1024 by 600. It has video recording, and I'd be interested to find out if you can record on all 4 cameras at the same time. That would be awesome. And it also has infrared LEDs for night vision. On the other side, it has package contents. It has a support bracket for the monitor, a sun shield for the monitor, angle adjustment screws, a center mount bracket. I'll show you that. That's pretty cool. Power cables, and a user manual for those of us who are directionally challenged. Okay, so open up the box. First thing are camera specifications, which we'll get into in a minute, and also the user manual, which obviously is going to be pretty important for us to use for the installation. In this installation, I'm just going to do a temporary install because I don't want to hack into and splice my existing cables. So again, I think packaging is pretty good. It's got foam inserts that seem to hold everything pretty nicely. So we'll start taking these things out. It's like this is a magnetic camera mount. And here's the camera. Looks like it's pretty well put together here in the box, so I'll have to take that apart. At any rate, it's got a lot of heft to it. And it comes with a connector. What I like about that, it's a twist lock connector, so it doesn't just plug in where it could rattle, you know, or shake loose. Actually is a physical twist lock and makes that nice and sturdy. Again, that's a 12-volt power supply, so in this case what I'm going to do is just run a 12-volt power supply to power the camera. And the monitor actually has a plug that plugs into a cigarette lighter, so we can utilize that. And here's this mount. This is really cool. It's sort of an articulating mount that will take many shapes. So if you're flat, that's one thing, but if you have a curved surface and you need to adhere this on the curved surface, you can certainly do that. Alright, here's the monitor. This is an awesome size monitor. Just about as big as the Voyager that we have in our coach. This is a little bit more rectangle than what we have, but certainly a nice size. Good feel to it. Good quality feel to the plastic. It does have an SD card slot for recording. Again, I really would like to see if you can record all 4 camera quadrants at once, or whether it just records one section at a time. I have a feeling it will record all at once if you have the selection of all 4 cameras or the quad cameras in place. Good feel, good tactile response on the buttons. I think it's probably pretty typical. Feels a little hollow, but not too bad. Again, nice quality matte finish on the monitor, which is awesome for reducing sun glare. And then we have looks like a 7/8 pin connector. Doesn't appear to have the locking connector that the backup camera connector has, But again, this will be on the interior, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And it looks like in this section we have all of the antennas. This most likely would be for the camera, or for the monitor rather, and then the smaller one for the camera. Again, they're both articulating. And it looks like we have a hardwire option here if you want to hardwire the system into your existing camera system. And this does have trigger wires. For instance, on ours we have left and right turn signal camera, so when I turn the turn signal on, left camera will work, and then the right camera will work. So these are wired so that you can hook up to those triggers. And here's the portable 12-volt power supply with an on-off switch. And here is the connector that goes on the monitor, which then plugs into the 12-volt connector and then into a 12-volt cigarette lighter or power receptacle. So I think that's pretty well thought out. And in the bottom here we have some miscellaneous hardware and then also a sun shield. So the last thing, if you want to connect this to your display, if you have issues with glare or something in your rig, you can certainly connect that for a sun shield. Well, it fits well. That's really a nice feature, I think. So we're in the cockpit of the coach, and this is a Voyager camera system that's installed. And as I said earlier, it's black and white, and pretty low resolution. And it's decent. When the turn signals are on, it switches to that particular camera. But again, I use it mainly here in the rear view mode. So normally the Jeep is hooked up there, obviously, and I can kind of see what the Jeep's doing. So that compared to this really cool looking Haloview here, just about the same size in terms of overall size. It'd be awesome if I could find a mount that would mount this in place of that old monitor, and then be able to retrofit this. That would be really, really cool. Okay, so I wanted to give you a side-by-side comparison of the 720p Haloview monitor and the CRT version of the Voyager black and white system that I have installed in our rig. As you can see, that grayish black band is pretty typical of CRT, so nothing I can really do about that. It transfers over on camera. But night and day difference, I can get rid of a little bit there. You can see quality, obviously grayscale, versus the much higher definition of this color monitor. So that is a big, big plus. Okay, even though the installation on our motorhome was going to be kind of invasive in a way, because I didn't want to splice into wiring harnesses and everything else, I decided to go ahead and put this rear-facing camera on our Jeep since we tow this behind the motorhome. Super simple to mount this, by the way, with the magnetic mount that goes on here. So I'll be sure to take this off when we stop and park for the night or whatever, so that it doesn't grow legs and walk off. But inside here, what I did is I wired up a 12-volt plug to the power cable that goes to the camera. That then gets plugged right in to this 12-volt socket. When we're underway, this kind of gets tucked up and something like that, nice and neat. Pretty simple. So I thought that would be kind of a good addition and a good test to see really what the system is capable of when we're on the road, because the rear camera is up here, right there. This part of the Voyager system basically just looks down upon the tow vehicle and doesn't really get any of the roadway behind it. So I think maybe the rearward facing view off the back of the Jeep will be kind of cool. You can see things coming up behind us, I think rather easily.
Okay, so I'm outside doing an audio check on the microphone of the camera, and I think, as you can tell, it does a pretty good job. Also, the 720p screen is awesome, super good clarity, and I really like the distance markers on the screen as well. 2 thumbs up.
All right, so this is where I have the monitor mounted on the dash on the left side of the cockpit here, and you can see the view out of the back of the Jeep. It's pretty awesome, nice and clear and crisp. And let's see what Wi-Fi signal is. Wi-Fi signal, again, it's about 40 feet away. 2 bars, not bad. I think it'll be a little bit better once I have it hooked up to the motorhome. Probably get a little better signal. But anyway, 2 bars seems to be good enough. And yeah, I'll be anxious to see what this thing looks like tooling down the road. So one thing I really like about this system is that the monitor and the cameras pair and sync automatically. So if you turn the power off to either one, as soon as the power comes on, they find each other and you have signal right away. So you know, I turned the power off to the camera outside, and I just actually disconnected this power, turned them both back on, and they found each other and synced up. So that's an awesome feature. So this is sort of my view out the front windshield. Of course, it's a little bit truncated for the camera, but anyway, as I'm driving down the road, I have the rear view monitor camera on the Jeep there, and then here, when it's on, I have the monitor to the rear view camera and side cameras of the coach. So basically, you know, I like to try to keep things within line of sight as much as possible. So driving down the road, obviously this is not too far out of line of sight. There's my GPS, pretty close to line of sight, and then the other monitor right there, pretty close. So anyway, I think it works out pretty good. Oh, and my tire pressure monitor right there. So that's kind of in line of sight. I have to look down a little bit, but not terrible. Okay, so my scoring system is pretty simple. It's either going to be 1 thumbs up or 2 thumbs up. So let's go with overall first impressions of the system. I think definitely 2 thumbs up. Quality of the components, definitely 2 thumbs up. The screen is awesome. Audio capture, video capture is awesome. Ease of installation based on the instructions and based on the way most rigs come these days, unless you have a much older rig that's not pre-wired for power, I think it would be a pretty easy install. Even then, if it wasn't pre-wired, it wouldn't be too terribly difficult. So I say 2 thumbs up for the ease of installation. Definitely 2 thumbs up for the Haloview MC7108 7-inch camera system by Haloview. Awesome product. And hey, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave some comments. If there's anything I didn't cover, which I'm sure there's a lot that I didn't cover. Again, this was just a brief unboxing and quick installation overview. It wasn't intended, again, to be a super in-depth installation review. So anyway, let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And there'll be more of these installation videos and review videos coming along, so join in on that. And until next time, we'll see you.